Okay, so today's video, we're going to be doing the free-to-play team for the Underground Vegas, and the mechanics of the boss is basically that he gets crit rate and does a lot of crits, tries to do a lot of damage to you, and it also can't do more than 20% damage at a time with this boss, so every time it's 80% HP or 60 or 20 or 30, 40 or 20, it stops the damage, and then it petrifies the unit that did that damage. The petrification is basically it slows the unit down to like a crawl, like really slows it down, and stuns it essentially. It's a stun that slows them down like crazy, I think more than even a slow debuff. So those are the things you won't need to counter. And also if a unit on your team dies, the boss will get more crit rate and more attack, so you don't want your units to die. And this is the team that I built. This turtle tank I would replace with basically anything else, either a damage dealer or something else. The best in slot for this spot is probably the light Joker, because it heals, it does damage, and does guarantee crit, and it has the crit dampen, so your team doesn't die as quickly or basically at all, because those boss doesn't crit on them. This slot I would replace with you can replace it with the damage dealer. I don't know if I would build her because she doesn't really look like that good of a unit. She's basically just here for the little bit of damage. Yes, she does, but I don't know if I don't want to recommend building her, so I'm not going to put her in the team. Instead, I'm going to be putting Turtle Tank, because the Turtle Tank does work as well, and I'm actually going to be putting one that has higher HP because I don't want this one to die. So we want it to have decent amount of HP because, like I said, it has the passive that increases its damage and stuff. And basically, I'll show you the intelligence. Actually, no, I'll show you the stats that you want first on the units. This guy, oh yeah, where you get the gunslinger is you get it from the heavy metal. I think you have to beat either stage 7 or 8, I can't remember, and then you get him for free, like a trial run like right here. Then you just get him. That's how to get him. And you do not need skills for him. All you need is 100% crit rate and tanky. I have HP crit rate, and that's all you need. So because you don't want him to die, just in case he takes the revenge from the petrify, and that's really good. Hog Chef, you just want tanky. You don't need inspire because your damage dealer does damage based on HP. So you throw whatever you want, just HP. And you do not need a 6-star this guy, or this guy, or this guy. These three, you do not need a 6-star at all. They're all fine. This guy is, you do want to 6-star him because you want him to be very tanky, and if he dies, then the run loses, and that's the only unit that even matters that much, even if the Popo Rider dies instantly for some reason. And then these three units will kill these three top ones will kill the boss by themselves. Even if these two die for whatever reason, then these three at the top will win. And then the Popo Rider, you want 100% crit. I do not have 100% crit on her because I have her built for a different team. But I have her on HP. I would put HP, either crit damage or HP, depending on how much survivability you need, because you do not need the 85 accuracy, but I have her built for something else as well, so I don't want to de-ruin her for that. Because during the boss wave, the side towers are actually just have passives. They don't even move. They just sit there and don't do anything. So this accuracy doesn't even matter. And the slow and decrease cooldown, decrease attack bar, this guy does with his skill 3. With his passive, and for skill 1, he will slow and decrease attack bar. That's what he's doing, is make sure the boss never actually gets a turn to actually do any damage to you. And then the turtle tank, basically all he's doing is making sure your cooldowns decrease by 1 and giving you a speed buff so you get more turns and do more with those turns. But I would replace him with any other damage dealer basically. This guy's good, but I don't want to recommend building her just because she's not really that good anywhere else. Same with this guy. I don't really want to recommend building him because he's good here, really good here, but I don't really want to recommend putting resources into a unit that you're not really going to use anywhere else. And every other one of these units are pretty good, at least not for this dungeon. This boss is very easy without this guy, so you don't need to even worry about it. I would just put the turtle tank and then call that good. Or if you already have one of these damage dealers built or another damage dealer, you can even throw this guy in there or whatever damage dealer you'd like. You could do that as well. But for me, I'm just showing you turtle tank because the turtle tank you're going to use for boxing club speed team anyways. So that's what I'm throwing in there. And then let me just show you guys how the run works. Alright, so now that we have the boss wave, I want to show you guys how the run actually works. Basically, this stealing is making sure this boss actually never gets any turns. And the Popo Rider is just doing a bunch of damage. The Gunslinger is just increasing your attack bar so you get more turns, and boom, boom, boom. And yeah, and this Hog Rider, see if you go, it'll heal because that's a high priority. And then it'll go increase its attack bar to 100%, so it will get out of petrification, which also the Gunslinger also helps with. And then it'll heal again because the Turtle Tank decreased the cooldowns a lot, so we're healing a ton. And the boss never gets a turn. These side towers, oh, don't click on the side towers, that's what the boss is for. The side towers don't do anything. Like I said, they're just passives. They just don't even have an attack bar. They just sit there and do nothing. And right here is where the scariest part is, when the Steel Wings gets petrified. Because the boss has doesn't have a defense break on, and he has a higher chance of going. But the Popo Rider also can decrease attack bar, which is also why it's nice. It's useful there. And the Popo Rider miscrit because I don't have 100% crit on her. So that's also why you want the Hog Chef to make sure to unpetrify your units, because the Steel Wing is the biggest thing that makes sure the boss never gets a turn. Nothing else even matters. Then the boss does. It doesn't do anything. And even though, yep, the Hog Rider, Popo Rider, that's what it was called. Sometimes she does die, like she just did, but this team will still win. Even though she's dead, this team will still win because of these Steel Wings. The Steel Wings make sure this boss doesn't do anything, except when it hits this 20% threshold. The only thing that matters is that the Steel Wings and the Hog Chef is alive. So this will win. Let me just speed it up until we get to the end to show you how it goes. Oh, wait, one more thing. If too many units die, the crit rate will be increased and the attack will be increased permanently. But I've seen it still win even though like 2 or 3 of the units are dead. As long as the Steel Wing is alive, you'll still win. So you don't need to worry about it too much. But obviously, if the Turtle Tank was another damage dealer, you would have a backup one. So it'd be even faster, and you're all good. Yep, and we still won, even though the Popo Rider died. This is a very, very safe team. Even if your damage dealer dies, you'll still win. Because these Steel Wings and the Gunslinger make sure the boss never gets a turn, and you get a ton of turns, and you're good. Obviously, if you change this guy for a damage dealer, that'd be better and faster, but I don't want to recommend building any of these units just for this boss, unless you are actually going to be farming this boss a lot, and then you can actually build. Then I would actually build this guy. If you're going to be farming this boss a lot, I would recommend building him just because your speed would be increased by a lot. And I hope this video helped you guys, and if it did, like the video, subscribe, and because I'm making a lot more videos on Element Fission, and see you in the next one.